Welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show, the podcast. I am the only Male Cruise. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. Copyright disclaimer regarding fair use is in full effect. The views and opinions expressed in this show, you guessed it, they're all mine. Let's go to work. All right, y'all, I'm back. I didn't think I was going to be back this quick, but the grandbabies were asleep and the video motion came in. So shoot, I'm back. I'm back and I'm black. How about that? Shout out to Baby Shay. Thanks for pulling up. All right, so the best thing for me to do is get this on out the way before these kids get an extra rally with me. Government responds to the video one motion, and they still ain't talking about that. They are still talking about not a damn thing. Hold on, I'm scrolling up on here. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to get right to it. I'm not going to keep you long, you heard? All right. So here goes the government, and this is what I'm noticing about them. They spend a lot of paper repeating what was in the motion to begin with. They ain't got to do all that. So basically, they're saying the issue as to video one in this case, however, is authentication, not chain of custody. And the government will be able to lay a sufficient foundation as to video one's authenticity to allow video one's admission into evidence. Derail's motion should be denied as a result. Now, again, just like we just covered, they didn't go into detail as to how they're going to be able to lay this authentication down. It's going to be some sidebars. Objection, Your Honor. It's going to be some sidebar with this, okay? All right. So video one, here's the background on it. Video one consists of a recording of sexual activity between minor one and Kels. A journalist provided the Cook County State's Attorney Office, aka Kroll and Molina, with a copy of video one. Kroll, the State Attorney's Office, also obtained copies of what are referenced in this case as videos 2 and 3 from an attorney representing an individual whom the government intends to call as a witness in the upcoming federal trial. Now, is that going to be Avenatti? Ain't he still locked down? Wonder who that attorney is. It says, the AUSA also obtained copies of what are referenced in this case as videos 2 and 3 from an attorney representing an individual whom the government intends to call as a witness in the upcoming federal trial. Who is that attorney? A Cook County grand jury later brought criminal charges against Kels based on video one. Kels' state court trial took place in 2008. During the trial, according to Derail's motion, the state court judge determined that the copy of video one that the state attorney's office had given to a defense expert was different from the copy of video one that the state attorney's office had received from the journalist. Minor one did not testify at the state court trial. The jury acquitted Kels of the state charges. In approximately April 2019, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office turned over videos associated with Kels to Homeland Security investigations of the Department of Homeland Security. The videos were on multiple VHS cassettes, CDs, and DVDs. The videos included several copies of video one. Some copies of video one contained footage of sexual activity from start to finish. Other copies of video one had a black screen or preamble at the beginning of the video before the footage of sexual activity began. The videos Homeland Security received also included copies of video 2 and 3 on VHS cassettes. The VHS cassettes provided by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office did not contain exhibit stickers or labels reflecting which copies of video 1 had been used during state grand jury proceedings or the state court trial. Homeland Security digitalized the videos on some of the VHS cassettes received from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office for purposes of the trial in this case. On August 5th, counsel for Durrell went to the Homeland Security office to review the videos collected by Homeland Security from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. A member of the prosecution team informed Durrell's counsel in an email exchange before they arrived at the office of the condition in which Homeland Security had received the videos and that it was not possible to tell which videos were used in the state grand jury or trial proceedings. Okay, so that's it. That ought to be it. Y'all can't tell. Y'all can't put this up as evidence. Period, point blank. Yeah. Let me run up on this chat real quick because y'all might give me some information. Shout out to Baby Shay, of course. Shout out to Tatiana Harris. Let me see. What we got in here? Let's see. Yeah, y'all do what Baby Shay say. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Y'all see my numbers. Help them get up there. All right? Papoose is back in the house. Girl, I can drop that link. Don't play. Papoose said, I haven't got out the car. Stay on it, Mel's. Look, you can get on this link on the phone, okay, in your court. Alan Browning, another #1 mod. Thanks for pulling up, sweetheart. We love you so much. Kitty Queen, thank you too. I appreciate all y'all pulling up. Y'all do like Alan Browning said. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. Let me get back to this, y'all, for these kids get back up. Now, on August 5th, counsel for Durrell went to the Homeland Security office. Oh, I read that. They went to the Homeland Security office. A member of the prosecution team informed Durrell's counsel in an email exchange before they arrived of the condition in which Homeland Security had received the videos and that it was not possible to tell which videos were used in the state grand jury or trial proceedings. Video 1, the subject of Durrell's motion, is referenced in 2 counts in the indictment in the instant case. Count 1 alleges that Kells enticed minor 1 to engage in sexual activity for the purpose of producing a visual depiction of the conduct, namely video 1. Count 5 alleges that Kells and Durrell conspired to obstruct justice in violation of Title 18. The alleged acts of obstruction in Count 5 include actions Kells and Durrell took to conceal Kells' participation in the conduct depicted in video 1 with minor 1. Okay, here's their argument. Rule 901, Federal Rules of Evidence, provides to satisfy the requirement of authenticating or identifying an item of evidence, the proponent must produce evidence sufficient to support a finding that the item is what the proponent claims it is. This rule also specifies that evidence that satisfies the rule includes testimony of a witness with knowledge that an item is what it claims to be. Now, they about to get lame. The government is, I'll tell you. The item of evidence that needs to be authenticated in this case is what is referred to as video 1. Video 1 is the name used to refer to the video footage made of minor 1 and Kells engaging in sexual activity on one occasion in or around 98 or 99 when minor 1 was a child. The government will authenticate the video footage referred to as video 1 through the testimony of minor 1, a witness with knowledge of the recording because she was one of the participants in it. The government anticipates that minor 1 will satisfy that she has reviewed a disc containing the recording referred to as video 1 and that the disc contains an accurate copy of the footage of the sexual encounter that Kells recorded on that occasion. This is sufficient authentication for the admission of video 1. The government is stating United States versus Seahouse. Proper authentication includes testimony that the recording fairly and accurately represents the local and depicted scene. Okay. Durrell claims that the government cannot establish a chain of custody for video 1, and therefore it will not be able to lay the foundation for video 1's admission into evidence. Durrell is incorrect. First, Durrell misapprehends the item that is subject that is the subject of the charged crimes. The item identified as video one is the video footage of defendant Kell's use of minor one engaging in sexually explicit conduct. See, they don't have to repeat all this. They don't have to repeat all this. Government is full of SHI rather than blah, blah, blah. So basically they're saying here, video one is a video footage of defendant Kells and minor one engaging in sexually explicit conduct rather than a VHS cassette on which it was stored. The government will authenticate that the video footage through a witness with knowledge of its contents. Because the relevant evidence is the video footage, that is the visual depiction of the minor engaging in the sexually explicit conduct and not the physical object on which the footage is stored. The government is not required to trace the handling of the object on which the recording was first placed as it passed from hand to hand in order to admit a copy of the footage into evidence. The video footage or visual depiction at issue in this case differs from the physical object involved in a crime, such as a gun, whose handling by various individuals must be traced to lay the foundation for its admission into evidence. What they haven't said so far, though, is the fact that the Rotten Tomato, because at the 2008 trial, they stipulated that the video that was being seen was the actual video in question. But then when the testimony got going, it was like, well, no, that's not the video. That ain't it. So that's why it's a problem. Plus, and Jarrell and them are going to get to that. Plus, they want to ask minor one, is this the video that you saw in the grand jury conversation? So that's why this is at issue, which they haven't said that yet. They're going to address it, but it's lame. All right. So United States versus Boy Janahan, whoever that is, my bad. This is their case law that they're using to support their argument that what they want to do is okay. Defendant's argument that chain of custody issues render any evidence recovered from his digital media misses the point. At trial, the government is required to authenticate an object by making a prima facie showing sufficient to support a finding that the item is what the proponent claims it is. If the evidence is an object connected with the commission of a crime, the government must also establish chain of custody, which is sufficient proof that a reasonable juror could find that the item is in substantially the same condition as when it was seized. Durrell incorrectly assumes that to lay an appropriate foundation for admission, the government must show that the copy of video one presented to the jury in this case must be a copy of video one the state attorney's office made from the video received from the journalist rather than the altered copy given by the state's attorney's office to the defense expert. But the issue in the instant case is whether video one, the item in evidence, is the visual depiction of the sexual activity between Kells and minor one that was recorded by Kells in or around 98 or 99. The government need not trace through the various VHS cassettes turned over by the state's attorney's office, which VHS cassette contains the specific copy of the recording that was made from the copy received by the journalist. Instead, minor one will testify that video one accurately depicts the sexual encounter Kells recorded. Minor one's mother, who viewed a copy of video one at issue in the state's grand jury, is expected to testify that the video one, marked as the exhibit in the instant trial, contains the same video footage as that which she viewed in the state grand jury. This is sufficient foundation for admission of video one as to both counts 1 and 5 of the indictments. Okay. Let me go to this chat real quick, see what y'all talking about. They're still problematic. So if the judge sides with the government here, they're not going to be able to ask minor one or the mom, is this what you saw? So they're going to have to take that off the docket. Oh, man. All right, Papoose. Yeah, welcome, Shannon Lewis. Yeah, let me see, where's Shannon Lewis at? Pap, give me $2. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of the $2, y'all who was in the show just before and sent me some cash apps. I love y'all. Y'all so sweet. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Shannon Lewis. Thank you for pulling up, baby. Let me see. Let's see. Just want to go through the comments. I don't want to miss nothing. My new paperwork home, and Shannon Bell's be putting it down. There it is, baby. There it is. Hello, Island. Oh, Shannon, thank you. Y'all making my head get big. I ain't gonna be able to get out this here room in a minute. All right, y'all do like Baby Shay say. Okay, let me see here. Angel Kroll asked subpoena down. Absolutely. I just did that video on it, Shannon. Kroll, bring that ass. We're gonna see you August 15th at the trial. All right. So the government goes on further to say no additional discovery is required. Durrell claims that the government must present to him evidence of the chain of custody for Video One from the journalist through and including Homeland Security's receipt of the VHS cassettes from the state attorney's office, and evidence that the government does not intend to show to the jury the altered version of Video One given to the defense expert in the state case. As noted, however, given that the relevant evidence is the video depiction known as Video One and not the physical object on which it resides, authentication through witnesses with knowledge of the contents rather than a chain of custody analysis such as that used for physical items is what is relevant. The government has also already explained to Durrell's counsel the sequence and manner in which Homeland Security received the materials from the state attorney's office, and no additional information should be needed as a result. Just the mere fact of them saying no additional material should be needed, I disagree. Let me get these clip notes real quick. Minor One was not shown Video One during her grand jury appearance, but was instead shown still photographs of the sexual encounter. Durrell claims that the only recording that is relevant to the obstruction of justice conspiracy is the video that was received by the Sun-Times in February of 2002, provided to the state and presumably shown to the grand jury witnesses in 2002, and again presumably shown to the jury at the 2008 trial. So if this video that they showed at the 2008 trial, it's the fact that they did show the video at the 2008 trial, and now the government's trying to say it doesn't matter what witness or Minor One said because we showed her still photographs, but you still showed this video in 2008. So yeah, it's problematic. It says this was not accurate. Count 5 also contains allegation that Kells and Durrell sought to conceal copies of videos 2 and 3 and 4. So, in conclusion, the foregoing reasons, the government respectfully requests that the court deny Durrell's motion to compel disclosure or, in the alternative, exclude Video One. Respectfully submitted, the government. Yeah, okay. So that's where they are. We know Durrell's coming back. They gonna come back. I'm coming to the chat. I want to see what y'all think about it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you as well. Sir Miguel, y'all got any conversation? Y'all want me to drop this link? Y'all want me to? Somebody tell me drop the link and I'll drop it. You know Durrell and them are going to come back. They're going to argue the hell out of this video. And to be honest with you, I don't know exactly how or what they're going to argue, but I don't see how all of a sudden you can bend the will and bend the chain of custody. All of a sudden they're bending this chain of custody to fit. This is what the government is doing. They're bending this. Well, we chain of custody, it's all right. It's all right. We showed her some still photos and we played the video in 2008 at the trial. And then there was even a problem at the trial, and they intend on playing the video at the trial on August 15th. So yeah, this needs to get squared away. But for certain, we know that Durrell and them are going to come back. They're not going to take this. They're not going to take this land down. So that's it. That's a 8-page motion. It's a lame ass response, in my opinion. Angel Kroll has been subpoenaed, and she got some explaining to do. Okay. Well, baby, she got some explaining to do. Okay, I'll be up there in just a second, sweetheart. Go on up there. I'll be right there to you. All right, y'all. Well, these kids, they had took a nap, but it don't look like. Is that J-Rock? J-Rock in the house. Yeah, y'all. So, I don't know. We just gonna have to wait. Hit the bell, y'all, because you see, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. But at this point, that's it. That is the podcast. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. And until next time, y'all, we will see ya when we see you. Welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show, the podcast. I am the Only Male Cruise. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. Copyright disclaimer regarding fair use is in full effect. The views and opinions expressed in this show, you guessed it, they're all mine. Let's go to work.